Right. Well, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
I saw you on YouTube.
Oh, great, YouTube. The page is working, babe.
And someone Vanetta recommended you, and I
Vanetta.
saw her on YouTube. You're
I love
amazing.
it. Well, again, my name is Ja, simply spelled J-A. And like a lot of women in this room, I wear a lot of hats. So will you bear with me while I put the first one on? I'm going to put my spoken word cap on because I sing and I write and do a lot of different things. But tonight I'm wearing my spoken word hat, so I'm going to put that on. Is that okay with everybody? Okay. And as we do a lot of different roles as women, I'm going to put on a second hat on top of that hat because a lot of times we wear more than one at a time, right? Okay. So I am going to put on, let me think. I'm going to do my daughter hat first, okay? So I'm going to go over here on my imaginary shelf and I'm going to put on my daughter hat on top of my spoken word hat. So my first piece is a piece that I actually wrote dedicated to my mother, entitled Her Cry. And my mother's actually sitting over there waving to the crowd, mommy. This poem is for her. I remember, said I remember, said I remember. I remember the first time I heard her cry. I didn't know what had happened, but I knew life had wronged her. And as she tried to muffle the sounds, I wondered why would anything or anyone hurt something so beautiful and flawless in my sight. She was my everything. I knew nothing but her. I saw the world through her. And if the world could hurt her so, I wanted no parts of it because all I needed was her. As time went on, breadcrumbs were left. Clues to the pain behind her smile, hints of the struggle involved in creating the atmosphere that my childhood friends were sometimes jealous of. See, Neverland existed, but only Peter Pan, my brother, and me. A place where no harm could come in, and our imagination soared. She was my first captivated audience, as she endured plays and musicals from a half pint with a still developing voice, a small acoustic guitar, and my very first Casio keyboard, with storylines that didn't always have a concrete ending, nor real points, you know. But still, each one was her favorite one. Music and incense and my favorite breakfast smells in the air when I awake. How I love to hear whatever song she had to sing. Those were the days before I understood what life had done. How it stole her voice, and in its place, memories of how she would play. She was our designated roller for all our neighborhood kickball games. In the wintertime, snowball fights all day. Our little pool outside in the projects bright and early so that the water could be warmed by the sun. And from there, our taste buds were getting ready for the iced tea that she had sitting in the windowsill as it too was being kissed by the sun. And undoubtedly mixed with love like everything she ever made for us ever was. I never knew we were poor. We had everything we ever needed and more. I knew needy kids, and that just wasn't us. She was so good with it, we thought we was rich. Then life took its toll. And no matter how hard she tried reality, she could no longer hide. See, I watched her every move. Tears enough to fill a reservoir. I heard them as they hit the floor, but still a smile emerged through the door as she kept pace with life, never faltering, still standing tall. Even though it threw everything it could, she would not fall. Not even for the death of her one true love. She still hid her pain to protect us from life's harm. She may not have been able to protect us from everything, but she gave it everything she had and then some. How I wish I could take away the tears accompanied by sleepless nights. I pray for her smile to become genuine happiness and her song to be sung once more. I ask God to make life return to her everything that it has stolen tenfold. Let her have peace and joy. Lord, please for her all that a woman who has selflessly dedicated her life to the care of us deserves. Because I am still forever haunted by the first time I heard my mother cry. to put, Mom, don't cry. Don't cry. I'm going to put on a different hat now. So I'm going to take my daughter hat off and I'm going to put it over there. And I think I will put on my mommy hat now. Let's put on my mommy hat. My daughter is also here. Joy, wave to the crowd. That is my Joy. Now, my boyfriend and I were having a little writing session. You know, we do that every now and then. We sit down and write, you know. And if there are any writers in the house, you know the first thing when you sit down to write, what do you have to think of? Any writers in the house? Come on. You're gonna, right, what's your topic? Thank you. So I'm sitting there, what am I gonna write about? Topic. And my daughter comes walking into the room and she trips over her own 2 feet and she jumps up and she proclaims to the room, amazing! I tripped over my own 2 feet. And so I began to write, amazing. To watch her trip over her own 2 feet. So here's this poem. Amazing. To watch her trip over her own 2 feet and have the courage to get back up again. Amazing. To watch her learn how to use her lips and tongue properly to form sounds, turn those sounds into words and eventually form sentences, which by the way have by now turned into commands. Observe her put on her first sock and shoe, button her first button, zip her first zip, and tie her first tie. Amazing to watch her absorb a new piece of information, take her time to process it, and then, when she is good and ready, ask the questions that toil in her little brain. Simply amazing to watch her small feet grow one size into the next, to go from hugging my belly to hugging my chest, to watch her little body change shape and form as she grows, that changes my mind, it flows. To watch her go from being this helpless little being to this independent queen in training. Amazing to see her go from imitating to taking charge and creating, developing a personality, voicing likes and dislikes, wants and needs, hopes and desires. No more a baby, but a little person I see, and I find it truly amazing. To watch her discover herself, explore the world through different mediums, and decide how she thinks she'll navigate her way through it. Exciting to hear her lay her first harmonies, say her first poetry piece. Overwhelming to see her move an audience for the first time, shining her big bright smile like she knew she had it all the while. Simply amazing, the thought of where she goes from here. The possibilities are limitless as long as she believes it is. And so it shall be. And her, to me, she is simply amazing. Simply my joy.